Did you know that sandcrawlers, those enormous, slow-moving beasts of burden from Star Wars, are actually over 100 meters long? That's longer than an American football field or even a Boeing 747. Imagine a gigantic, rust-colored mechanized behemoth trudging through the desert, leaving a trail of deep imprints in its wake. Just to give you a sense of scale, a sandcrawler could easily engulf a 6-story building. That's right, a sandcrawler could easily dwarf a football field. So, where did these colossal creatures originate from? Well, despite their alien appearance, the sandcrawlers have a rather terrestrial origin story. Born not from the bowels of Tatooine but from the forges of the Corellian Mining Corporation, sandcrawlers were initially designed for a purpose quite far from what they ended up being known for. In the early days, the Corellian Mining Corporation eyed the resource-rich yet harsh terrain of Tatooine as a potential gold mine. Quite literally. To extract the wealth buried beneath the sand dunes, they needed a vehicle capable of withstanding the planet's harsh conditions. Enter the sandcrawler. These behemoths, standing at over 100 feet tall and twice as long, were built to be both mobile mining platforms and transport vehicles. They were designed to crawl the sands of Tatooine, digging up valuable ores and minerals, and carry them to processing facilities. The sandcrawlers were marvels of engineering, equipped with multiple digging arms and a large central conveyor belt to carry the excavated material into the vehicle for processing. They were built tough, with heavy-duty tracks to navigate the dunes and a reinforced hull to withstand sandstorms. Inside, they were a labyrinth of corridors and compartments, housing everything from the crew's living quarters to the ore processing facilities. However, the harsh reality of Tatooine soon set in. The planet was even more unforgiving than the corporation had expected. Frequent sandstorms, extreme temperatures, and the elusive nature of the mineral veins made the mining operations unprofitable. Eventually, the Corellian Mining Corporation packed up and left, but not before leaving behind their now useless sandcrawlers. And so, these once heralded marvels of human ingenuity were left to rust in the desert. But as we'll soon discover, the sandcrawlers were far from done. In fact, their story had just begun. After the mining operations failed, these massive vehicles were simply abandoned, left to the elements of Tatooine. But what happened next? Well, that's a tale for the next scene. Stay tuned. But the story of sandcrawlers doesn't end with their abandonment. No, far from it. In fact, the tale of these hulking behemoths takes an intriguing turn. Enter the Jawas, the clever and resourceful denizens of Tatooine. These pint-sized scavengers known for their glowing yellow eyes and hooded robes were the ones to stumble upon the abandoned sandcrawlers. Seeing beyond the rusted exterior and the seemingly obsolete technology, the Jawas perceived an opportunity. Here were massive, mobile fortresses that could withstand the harsh Tatooine environment and provide shelter from the relentless twin suns. They didn't just see potential homes, though. The Jawas, known for their knack for mechanics, saw in these sandcrawlers the ultimate workshops. They began to repurpose the vehicles, transforming them from mere transport utilities into bustling mobile communities. The sandcrawlers became the heart of Jawa society. Inside these moving giants, the Jawas lived, worked, and thrived. The cavernous interiors were refitted into living quarters, storage areas for scavenged goods, and workshops where the Jawas could tinker with their finds. But the Jawas didn't stop there. They also equipped the sandcrawlers with magnetic cranes, grappling hooks, and cargo lifts, all tools necessary for their scavenging lifestyle. The sandcrawlers were no longer just vehicles, they were now mobile homes and workshops, perfectly adapted to the nomadic and resourceful lifestyle of the Jawas. Imagine the sight, a colossal sandcrawler, a relic of a bygone era, rumbling across the vast arid expanse of Tatooine, a beacon of life and activity amid the desolation, a testament to the resilience and resourcefulness of the Jawas. The sandcrawlers, once abandoned and left to the mercy of the desert, found a new purpose. A second life, if you will. They became symbols of survival and adaptation in a harsh and unforgiving environment. Thus, the sandcrawlers found a second life, serving as the heart of Jawa communities. Now, let's delve into how sandcrawlers played pivotal roles in the Star Wars saga. These hulking, fortress-like vehicles did more than just trundle across the desert landscapes of Tatooine. They were integral to some of the most iconic scenes in Star Wars history, serving as the backdrop for key events and interactions. Perhaps the most memorable of these is from A New Hope. when a sandcrawler run by the Jawa race played host to an essential transaction. It was here that C-3PO and R2-D2, two droids that would become central characters in the Star Wars narrative, were sold to Luke Skywalker's family. This was an event that would set the stage for the entire saga. It was R2-D2's hidden message from Princess Leia that set Luke on his path to becoming a Jedi. And without C-3PO's linguistic prowess, many of the story's diplomatic interactions would have fallen apart. In essence, this sandcrawler, a massive machine of metal and treads, was the starting point for the epic adventure we all love. But sandcrawlers weren't only significant in the original trilogy, they made appearances in subsequent Star Wars productions as well, reaffirming their importance. In The Mandalorian, for instance, a sandcrawler became a formidable obstacle for the protagonist, highlighting the vehicle's defensive capabilities. What's more, sandcrawlers also served as a symbol of the harsh realities of life on Tatooine. These massive machines, originally designed for mining, were repurposed by the Jawas for survival, showcasing the resilience and resourcefulness of the desert-dwelling species. In a way, sandcrawlers are a reflection of the Star Wars saga itself, a story about resilience, adaptation, and the struggle against overwhelming odds. They are not just vehicles. They are an integral part of the narrative fabric that George Lucas wove to create this incredible universe. Indeed, without sandcrawlers, the Star Wars story as we know it might have been very different. Sandcrawlers have left a significant mark on the Star Wars universe, and their legacy continues. Their iconic structure, towering over the Tatooine landscape, has become a symbol of the Star Wars brand itself. There's a certain charm to these behemoth vehicles, their hulking rusty exterior belying the wealth of salvaged treasures within. In the cultural sphere, the sandcrawler has captured the imagination of millions. Its distinctive silhouette is instantly recognizable to Star Wars fans and even to those with only a passing familiarity with the franchise. The sandcrawler, like the lightsaber or the Millennium Falcon, is a piece of iconography that's woven into the fabric of pop culture. Beyond the films, the presence of sandcrawlers extends into various Star Wars media. They've trundled their way into animated series, comic books, novels, and video games, reinforcing their position as a key piece of the Star Wars mythos. In the realm of video games, players often have the chance to explore the vast, labyrinthine interiors of a sandcrawler, offering a new perspective on these fascinating machines. In addition, the sandcrawlers and their Jawa inhabitants have become symbols of resilience and resourcefulness. Despite being stranded on a harsh desert planet with limited resources, they've managed to not just survive, but thrive. Through their ingenuity and adaptability, they've turned a discarded piece of mining equipment into a mobile fortress and marketplace. The sandcrawler's story is one of transformation and reinvention. It's a testament to the power of creativity and the enduring appeal of the Star Wars universe. The hulking metal giants may have started as simple mining vehicles, but they become so much more. Their legacy is a reminder that even in the most inhospitable environments, life finds a way, that in the face of adversity, determination and ingenuity can turn the odds in our favor. From a forgotten remnant of a failed mining operation to a symbol of resilience and resourcefulness, sandcrawlers truly have a legacy that extends far beyond Tatooine. So, to sum up the journey of sandcrawlers, we've traveled through the sands of time, tracing the tracks of these colossal vehicles back to their inception. Born out of necessity, these mechanical beasts were initially designed to carve a path through Tatooine's unforgiving landscape. A testament to innovation, they stand as symbols of endurance and adaptability. Yet their story doesn't end there. Left to rust under Tatooine's twin suns, these abandoned giants found a second life in the hands of the resourceful Jawas. These scavenger species saw potential where others saw scrap, transforming the sandcrawlers into mobile homes and workshops, a testament to the Jawas' ingenuity. The sandcrawlers' role in the Star Wars saga is undeniable. They've become as iconic as the lightsabers and starfighters, serving as the backdrop for many a memorable scene. From their introduction in A New Hope, where they played the pivotal role of bringing R2-D2 and C-3PO into Luke Skywalker's life, to their appearances in the expanded universe, the sandcrawlers have left an indelible mark on the Star Wars galaxy. Their enduring legacy continues to capture the imagination of fans worldwide. These towering titans of Tatooine are more than just vehicles. They're a symbol of resilience, resourcefulness, and the spirit of adventure that defines the Star Wars universe. Remember, in the vast universe of Star Wars, even something as seemingly mundane as a massive vehicle can have a story worth telling.